everyone, and welcome back to the NBA's brand new program, All Around Newtown. My name is Matt Peters, and I'll be your host for today. And this is episode 7 of All Around Newtown, and it's to air on November 19th, 2020 on the NBA's Facebook page. I'm here with NBA board member Dave Marcolla, who is also a NBA partner sponsor. He's the liaison to our Emerging Leaders Committee. He's a very, very successful realtor with Keller Williams of Newtown as well. He's also involved with the cancer support community of Philadelphia as well. So he's that's just to name a few, and there's probably some stuff I've left out. Very accomplished guest on our program today. Dave, welcome. Thank you for coming.
Well, it's good to be here. I think that's the most welcome I've ever gotten. So thank you, Matt.
Yep, absolutely. I wanted to make sure we got everything in there, so that way everyone knows we're talking to a foremost expert as far as the NBA happenings go. And what we're talking about today is the upcoming NBA Virtual Business Expo, which will be starting on, I believe, what's it, the 23rd?
23rd, yep.
And how long does that run for?
So that's going to run for 2 weeks. So, you know, we know that people are busy. We've got the holiday week coming up, and so we want to give folks plenty of time to check it out and explore at their own pace.
Okay. And I've been a part of the planning committee as far as the NBA Virtual Expo, and there's a lot of other NBA members that are on that committee that are working behind the scenes to make sure that everything works for this virtual expo, because from my understanding, and I have been paying attention to committee meetings, but from my understanding, this is the first time that the NBA's done an event like this virtually. Is that right?
Yep, absolutely. So I think, like everybody, we're learning to pivot, right, and leverage technology. One, because obviously we've got to do it in this 2020 COVID world. But, you know, I think oftentimes we've, in this country, we've developed or we're benefiting from virtual solutions, technologies that enable us to do things smarter, faster, but we don't always think to implement. We don't always think to try things differently. So this has been a great opportunity, I think, as you know, and the rest of the committee that's worked really hard on this, to bring together people from, you know, digital backgrounds and technology backgrounds, folks that in the past we've not really needed to rely on. So now they're at the table at the Newtown Business Association, and they're playing key parts in bringing in those answers on how to do things that we've never done before. So it's been a lot of fun working together weekly for the past few months on pulling this together.
Yes, and that is a tremendous effort, and we have been meeting on there weekly, virtually by Zoom, and we were even doing that earlier in the year as well. And that's just another testament to the great collaborative nature. I think that we could not see each other. We could just, get together through a video chat platform, and obviously millions and billions of emails as well. And we could put something together like this, which just speaks to the competence of everyone involved in this.
Yeah, and the commitment. That's the other good word I would throw in there, because, you know, there's not many groups that I'm a part of where we're meeting weekly and dedicating that kind of time. Hours a week, and then in between the meetings. And so really can't say enough about the committee being so dedicated and keeping this lighthearted and fun, and really enjoying the work.
Good. And as far as the registration for the expo, that was one of the main things I wanted to ask about. Since I've been a lot focused, or pretty much entirely focusing on all around Newtown and on helping in whatever ways I can with promoting the expo, and Weedman is a sponsor of the expo as well, so we had to put our video together and the whole package. But as far as the registration for the sponsor goers, the event goers, how do they do that?
Yeah, so I'll take a step back, and for folks who maybe are hearing about this the first time, right? What is a virtual expo? So for years we've had an in-person business expo. Most chambers of commerce do this type of thing, where members, up to 300 members strong now in the Newtown Business Association. So where those members are able to set up tables, booths, if you will. We did it at the Newtown Athletic Club for years in the large gym. And the local community could come through, and they could learn about the businesses. They could learn about Weedman. They could learn about Keller Williams Real Estate. leave with more information, enter drawings, sample foods. Just, it's a really nice event. So going virtual means, how do we create that, if you will, experience in the cloud, right, in the internet? So as you know, we've been able to really work closely with some folks to build out a virtual Newtown Athletic Club gym, if you will. You know, we'll be able to, those who register, to your point, will be able to go to the site anytime during those 2 weeks, and they'll enter on their computer, almost like a video game, into the expo, and they'll be able to click on Weedman's booth or whomever's booth and learn about the business. And instead of maybe waiting in line to talk to somebody or wondering where Weedman is because he went to get a soda, you know, you're always going to be there because the video is pre-recorded. Like you said, we've got video content. So you go into each expo booth at the convenience that you want to do so. We've got over 75 businesses participating, so very similar in size to the real expo. And you click on as many as you want that day and learn about that particular business. And the other nice thing is, by doing so and by registering and going into the expo during those 2 weeks, we've asked all of the participants to put together special offers that are, you know, really better than the normal offer that they might have been offering. So it really is an incentive, and it really is smart for people to take the time and go in there and see what they can benefit from. The other thing is, once you register, we'll be able to give you a daily reminder during that program to let you know what is the expo challenge of the day. So to make it fun, we're going to have some questions that you can answer and win gift cards to area restaurants. Since we won't be physically there trying their foods like we do in person at the expo, you'll get a chance to get a gift card to take advantage of those restaurants. So daily opportunity to win prizes. Every time you're in there, an opportunity to take advantage of some really great offers. And how do you do it? Which was, I think, your first question. You go to the newtownba.org, so newtownbusinessassociation.org. Click on, I think the first thing that comes up the banner is the expo, and then it says register. So register as a visitor to the expo. You give us your information, your email, your phone, cell phone. You're registered, and it's free. It doesn't cost anything, but it allows us to remind you of what's going on during those 2 weeks.
Excellent. And what I'll do is, actually, if I can, I'll share my screen and we'll walk everyone through a registration for it right on the website. So let me see here if I could share my screen.
And while you do that, Matt, you know, the other thing to think about in these times, right? We know small businesses are challenged to keep their doors open, to keep business flowing through when we're telling so many people to stay home, right? So this is an opportunity for you to shop from home, right? Just like you do Amazon or anywhere else, but support local businesses. So if you're looking for a way to give back to the local community here in Newtown, but also shop for the holidays, buy gifts for family, it's kind of a win-win. You're giving back, you're helping these businesses, and you're staying safe doing it from your computer.
Yes, absolutely. And here we are on the NBA website, newtownba.org. And we've clicked on the virtual NBA Business Expo icon on the front homepage. And we have here, you know, check out the list of businesses at our virtual expo. Nice little logo here. We won't go too far into that. What I do want to cover here is, how do you register for the visitor to be a visitor at the expo? So all you have to do is you just have to be 18 and older. You could win prizes. You could take advantage of expo only offers. And there's also the daily challenge, as Dave mentioned earlier. I've gone ahead and put my name in here and my email. And now we wait. And it's that easy. I just got registered for the expo and I could attend the expo. And while we're up here, I did have the check out the NBA Expo event page as well. So I did want to just, you know, direct people to that. The NBA Virtual Business Expo here is also an event on Facebook. You can see 47 visitors have already responded to attend the virtual expo on Facebook. So if you RSVP'd, if you signed up online, also go to the Facebook page. And if you can, to anyone watching, make sure that you also register to attend on Facebook as well. Because if you're registered on Facebook, then you can see all of the NBA videos ahead of time. All the sponsor videos are on Facebook, on the NBA Facebook page ahead of time for you to be able to view before the expo. And just to kind of go off of something that you were saying earlier about the overall benefit to member businesses, I think is better with a virtual expo, in my opinion, because like you said earlier, you aren't always going to be able to give your 100% to each and every expo registrant there. And even in some cases, from myself being someone who's worked at expos and events and home shows or street fairs for promoting my business, for promoting Weedman, some people don't have time to approach your booth, or it's too busy, or it's just they're on their way out and their kids are needing to go home, so they don't have time to engage with your booth. And if you're a exhibitor and if you spent money to have that booth, you want to try to engage with each and every person. So I really like the idea of the virtual expo, and it's a way to standardize the message that you're sending out to your hopeful customers. So even from that perspective, I'm a big fan of it, and I'm really excited to see how this all comes together on the 23rd.
Yeah, and I think, Matt, you've got a program coming up, right? One of these episodes that's going to kind of tag onto this about the importance of buying local.
That's correct. Yes. In another 2 weeks from now, on December the 3rd, we are doing an episode called Buy Local or Buy Local. So it's a play on that and the spelling of it. And if you don't buy local, you might as well wave buy to it. And the main thinking of that was, it was a saying that the current NBA president Bill Sheffer had mentioned a couple times in business card exchanges and also on a Township Economic Development Committee Zoom meeting once, and it really stuck with me. And that's part of the reason why we're titling that episode Buy Local or Buy Local. And to put all of the expo stuff aside for a second, just to give a little teaser for that, in terms of supporting local, why would you say it's important to support local business?
Well, I think, as you know, being on the Economic Development Council, the whole community benefits from a thriving, growing business community. First, residentially, we support that and believe that, being in residential real estate. I see Newtown, if you live in Newtown or you want to live in Newtown, you know what I'm talking about. It's hard to get a home in the borough. They sell before they even hit the market because it's such a thriving community. And when you look at the number of, I want to say we have like 85 restaurants just in Newtown. When you look at the number of small local businesses in the community, and then you get to know those people, and you get to know that's your neighbor that owns that business, and you get to understand how they operate and what their profit margins are, and that they're so slim, but they're bringing those opportunities, they're bringing great services to our local community, they're employing our family and friends. With those slim profit margins, it's very difficult when they have to operate at 25% capacity or not operate at all to stay in business. And there's just a trickle down effect if we allow that to happen. So I just can't say enough about the importance of trying every which way. I know people that are still paying their cleaning person, still paying their dry cleaner, and they're not even using them because they don't need to right now, but they feel that committed to keeping local business alive and thriving. So again, just a great opportunity to do that right now with the Expo and benefit from some great offers at the same time.
Yeah, and I think the Business Expo and that leading into the timing of the release of that Buy Local or Buy Local episode is going to be a great tie-in there, and it's a theme that we want to continue throughout the rest of the holiday season. It's something that we want to encourage to all NBA members, is to try to support other NBA members, to try and support people locally as well. And there have been all kinds of I can't remember who did the studies off the top of my head now that I'm mentioning them, but there you always hear about the studies where if you're supporting a local business and if you're putting the money back into your local economy, more of that money is taxable locally, meaning more of that money is then kept locally to provide, to be able to go back into the coffers to provide services, whether it be, like you said, providing services to restaurants or providing, uh, a nice street for their deliveries to be brought in on, or a safe parking lot for their customers to park in. There's a very interconnected, symbiotic relationship in terms of how governments and businesses work together, and how those consumers and the consumerism and the support of those businesses makes everything possible to begin with. So as far as, and I don't want to get too far off topic and get into a conversation that's meant for another episode in terms of economics, but we'll get back to the Business Expo. We'll get to a couple quick questions I did have as far as the number of businesses. You said it was over 75 businesses, or somewhere over 70?
Yeah, we're over 75, so I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, but they're all listed right there on the Expo website, from 1-800-GOT-JUNK as our first one alphabetically to Whispering Woods Gallery in the W's. And we've got, I don't know if I can give a shout out to our sponsors.
Yeah, let's do that. And what we'll do is we'll go to a screen share, so that way I could show their icons or their logos while we're giving them a shout out. Resume recording. Okay, so here we are on the exhibitors and sponsor section for the NBA 2020 Virtual Expo. So Dave, if you can, let's go through and take a look at some of these sponsors.
Yep, sure. So again, local businesses here in Newtown, the Apex Home Loan Team in Newtown, Bill Mervin, Edward Jones Investments, Dan Petty, KGD Films, who has done a great job in helping us build out this virtual expo, Pickering Manor, Minuteman Press, Weedman, of course, yourself, Klatskin Accountants on the board of the NBA, Oasis Senior Advisors, the Bucks County Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired, Tastefully Simple with Jackie Pitcow, who does all of our social media, myself with Keller Williams, Kumon Math Reading Success, TD Bank, my old stomping grounds, Beauty Lash Bar, Pascarella Eye Care, my eye doctor, and Pliables. So we thank all of those sponsors for supporting us and being able to put this event on.
Yes, we do. And to each and every one of them, we're also going to have well, I don't want to give up the whole surprise, but we're going to have a special broadcast next week for Thanksgiving to really give these businesses a feature. So you're definitely going to want to tune in next week to the All Around Newtown broadcast, where we're recognizing all of these great sponsors again. What we'll do here is we'll take a quick look at some of the other exhibiting NBA members. Like Dave said, we go all the way from 1-800-GOT-JUNK. You have all your A's, and it's all alphabetically organized. There's a lot of businesses all the way down to Whispering Woods Gallery. So there's a lot of businesses to support here. And with those businesses, there's a lot of individuals that will definitely benefit from your support and from your attendance to the NBA Virtual Business Expo for 2020. So before we sign off here, Dave, is there anything else that you wanted to add, or is there any other info that we needed to get out there to the folks? The text alerts I know you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, I would just add that with that long list of businesses, I think you'll see when you enter the expo on the 23rd, it's nicely organized by category. So it'll be really easy to work your way through and check out the different expo participants, exhibitors. The only thing I would leave you with is just a final reminder to go ahead and register. Do it now so you don't forget. So as Matt said, you get the text alert reminders daily of what your opportunity to win is and how to do so. Support the local businesses, and I think we couldn't make it any simpler. It's easy to get to, and it's free.
Free. Yes. And thank you again, Dave Marcolla, for coming on All Around Newtown. You're on lucky number 7, episode number 7 of All Around Newtown. Next week, we have episode 8, which is a holiday spectacular for Thanksgiving. Thank you again for tuning in. Make sure you share this on social media. If you'd like to be a part of a future All Around Newtown episode, please email me or contact someone from the NBA to get into the queue to be a future All Around Newtown presenter. It is a weekly series, and it will be continuing on into the new year. So we would love to have you on. Thank you again, everyone. Take care.